been thinking about filming this video basically all month, and it is freezing in this car. This isn't my car. I gotta state that. I didn't drive anywhere. This is my dad's car that I'm pretty sure is broken down. It's like a really old Mustang. And also I live like right smack dab by the road, so if you hear cars, don't worry about that. I know that I haven't posted. I know also that I'm talking to nobody. I haven't posted in a solid... It was 2024. It was like summer of 2024. I haven't posted in a while, and that is mainly because I just haven't really. My main inspiration for YouTube is I have a passion for helping people, and I also have a passion for getting my thoughts out there. Because I feel like my brain is very chaotic. I truly feel like I don't think, oh my gosh, I sound like, what's his name? That one guy from Riverdale. I'm a weirdo. But anyways, I feel like kids my age are I don't feel like I think the same way at all, and I feel like there's a certain way they kind of all are, at least the people that I see, and I'm not calling them basic. I'm just saying I think there's a certain way that people my age act, and that I've kind of always noticed that, and I've never acted like the kids my age is what I'm trying to say. Like it's not that I think I'm more mature or necessarily immature. I think it's a pretty good, I have always been told that I'm, like, since when I was, like, 8, I think is when it started, kind of, is I, like, look and act a lot more mature than my age. I think it's because I'm homeschooled and I'm also the youngest, so I've spent a lot of my time alone and, like, in my own head and kind of figuring myself out. And I've kind of just done that a lot. So I think because of that, I've learned a lot from my brain. Because I've spent so much time with myself. So I think that's why I'm that way. But there's just a certain way that kids my age act, and I don't see that in me. I feel like I'm not looking into the camera at all, because it's not like I feel like I'm just talking into space, because I'm like, it's not even I can't even see myself. But I think, anyways, I say I have a passion for getting my thoughts out there. I have a passion for that, but mainly because I feel like could be other people who feel that same way, or maybe just feel the same way about my thoughts. Maybe they don't feel like they're different and they're an outsider, but whatever. Maybe they don't feel like that. But if you feel like you might relate to me a little bit, then I think you should keep watching. That has nothing to do with this video that I'm going to be talking about. Something I've noticed, that most of the careers and jobs that I've wanted as a kid all involved, like, I wanted to be a teacher, and then I wanted to be like an author, and then I wanted to be like a therapist for a little bit. I think psychology is very interesting. I definitely love learning about my brain, but I don't think I could be a therapist. But I did want to be a therapist at some point. Anyways, what I've noticed is most of that involves putting knowledge out into the world, putting my thoughts out into the world, and helping people. And that's kind of, I think, the main reason why I want to do YouTube, because I think it could be something, like, I don't need to really do much for YouTube. I can just talk, basically. But the person that's inspired me the most is Alana Lintao, or Teo. I think it's, I don't know. I feel like one of those white people that's like, is it yeah, that's what I feel like. But because I know she's like Asian, or she might be, I don't know. I need to shut up. She's really, I think she shows being like an not an influencer. She's not an influencer, but like being that and not. I think she also has just done so much. Like, I've been watching her for the past, like, I think I started watching her, like, 2 years ago? That might be a lie, because I don't even know if she was doing YouTube 2 years ago. This past year is when I really started watching her, like, consistently. I think she has a good mix of, like, emotional and talking about, like, anxiety and that type of stuff, and she's very open about, I just spat everywhere. She's very open about her insecurities and how she isn't, like, this might sound mean, but how she isn't always, like, the best version of herself. I think that sounded so mean. Anyways, she's not watching this. She's not watching this. But I love you. I don't know if I'm gonna do this for a career. I might not. I don't know. It might just be, like, a side thing. I need to shut up. So basically what I wanted to talk about today is New Year's resolutions. And I'm very late to this because I think it's the 14th. I think it's the 14th. It's the 14th of January. We can find out if TikTok gets banned in 5 days. Who's even trying to ban TikTok? Whatever. Also, I feel like I smell so good right now. I used a different method for I found out that if you're using like a lotion, I used it smells so good. It smells like my mom said it smells like marshmallows. I found out you have to let it linger. Do you have to let it hold on, let me talk. I'm not gonna talk about that. New Year's resolutions, I think they're weird. I think society's obsession with like just working hard and becoming the best version of yourself.
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
I think it's weird. I think it recently started because of, not recently, like this past year started mainly. I don't know why. I think just the putting so much pressure on yourself and putting so, like, to be the best version of, like, the best, I hate using that word, though, because when I picture it, it's like, I don't know, I hate using that word because it's so TikTokified, but, like, I feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have a necklace. I normally have a necklace that I play with, but whatever. I feel like if you're trying so hard to be happy, you're forcing yourself to be happy, and you're not actually happy. And if you're forcing yourself to be obviously, you can work hard to be better, but, like, what do you want to be better at? Do you want your life to be better? And then, like, I feel like there's just so many things. I think people are always like, oh, good grades, work out, like, eat healthier, like, be more, how do you do that? And I think that's why we just have all these people who feel like they're trying to get happy, but they can't. And it's like, I think a good thing to, you need to learn how to, you need to learn yourself. And you might not be happy while you do that. I think a big lesson that I've learned is if I'm happy within the first month of being, like, I just heard a car door slam. If I'm happy within the first month of being sad, like a little bit ago I was sad, and I'm like, oh yay, I'm finally better. No, you're not. You're pretending to be happy. And your brain is convincing itself that it's happy. Instead of actually being better. Because you can't be better in a month. Like, you can't completely fix yourself in a month. Yeah, you might be a little better, but you won't be able, if you were truly in a deep hole with your mental health, even if it was all mental stuff, let's say your life is perfectly fine, right? You have good friends, you have good grade, like, let's say there's all of that. But, like, even with grades, like, you can't have straight A's in a month. Even if you study so hard, you can get your grades up in a month. That's the thing. You can make progress in a small amount of time, but it's still going to be a long process. To fully recover from having a bad mental health, because that stuff, it affects your life. It affects the way you eat. It affects how much you go outside. It affects how much, it affects your grades. Like, it affects how much, it affects your friends. Like, it affects your relationships with your friends and relationships with people in general. And it affects all of those. So to think that in the first month of January, because you made this whole list of resolutions, that you're just gonna be so much better. No, it could take this whole year, which I think is why a lot of people give up on their New Year's resolutions, because they're like, oh, I'm gonna be so much better by the end of January. It's not how that works. You can be better by the end of January, but you can't be completely better. Especially if this past year, especially if the last year you had a rough year. If you had a rough past year, it's gonna take another year to resolve all of that. Even, like, it could take multiple months, it could take multiple years, but it'll be so much more worth it than just pretending to have this, like, fake, but, like, real happiness. I feel like if you feel like you're better within, like, a week or a month or whatever, then I think that is the, like, momentarily happiness. I don't think it's, like, the actual, like, oh, my life, I'm happy in my life. Because, and then you can't build your life from, like it's gonna be, if you can't build your life from nothingness. If you want to start New Year's resolutions and you want to go through with them the whole year, you have to start a month before. You're gonna have to do 12 days of motivation and discipline. But, like, I think another thing that's really helped me is learning that discipline is a lot better than motivation. It is a lot better than motivation, because motivation is like, okay, I have motivation now, I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff now. Oh, I lost motivation. Oh, I have motivation. It's going up and down. With discipline, the more you create discipline, the more it stays up. It'll stay up. And the more discipline you have, the more motivation you'll have. And so the easier it'll be to do hard things. Because if you think about, like, let's say you have 12 missing assignments, okay? And then in past experiences, it takes you so long to get those missing assignments done. And it's, like, hard, and it's, like, long. You get what I mean? Like, if your past experiences are proving you wrong, you need to create experiences that will prove you right, because that will create more motivation. And again, it will be easier. Discipline is not easy, but you need discipline to create discipline. And it's just a thing of I am going to do this. Like, if you need to, in your brain, why are the dogs fighting with me? Say your whole life is kind of falling apart. That's the point. Something has to fall apart to rebuild it. Let's say a building is perfectly intact, or only has a couple windows that are smashed. They're not going to be able to fully remodel it. They're not going to be able to do that. Things are going to have to fall apart, which is why it's such a long journey to fully feel happy, because everything's going to have to fall apart, and then you have to rebuild it. It takes long for you to have a bad relationship with food, to lose all your friends, to get bad grades. If it takes a while for you to do that, it's going to take even longer for you to build a good life. People always have this thing of, oh, I'll be so much happier next year. You can't define when you'll be happier. So for me, I don't really have, okay, my hair, let me get into less harsh topics. Let's talk about my goals. I think goals is a better thing than New Year's resolutions, because I think everybody has a bad connection with New Year's resolutions, that they're like, I'm probably not going to do that. That's not going to work. No. So these are my goals for the year. Okay. So my first thing is to get healthier hair, because my hair is naturally like, it's a mix between like wavy and curly. Some pieces are curly, most pieces are wavy, but it's just like super, super wavy at the end. And I'm trying to but it's also, it's thick, but it's fine at the same time. Like, my hair is really fine, so I can straighten it easily, I can do all that easily, and it holds it pretty well. My hair holds things pretty well. But with product, like, I also have, like, I think it's called high porosity hair, so product just kind of sets on top of my hair, but I need to find a hair routine. I think I'm gonna buy a diffuser so that it'll actually, like, I'm forcing it to absorb the product. Stop straightening my hair. I straightened it for, like, all summer, past summer, like, this past December is when I just started being like, maybe I shouldn't be straightening my hair so much. I'm trying to not, oh my gosh, it's getting so hard. Sorry, in the radio thing, it looks like there's a person behind me. I keep getting scared. There's nobody behind me. If I could have one person see my video, I think it would be Alana Lintau. I think that's how she pronounced it, Alana Lintau. I'm just gonna say Alana Lintau. She, like, I just relate to her so much, because, like, I don't know, I think, especially because she's homeschooled, and she is very, like, we think the same way, and I think just the way she just, like, we have a lot of the same humor. We think, I would love to meet her, even if I couldn't be friends with her, just hang out with her. Just hang out with her once. Just to hang out with her. I need to see, I'm gonna sound insane, but, like, I watch her so much. I watch her videos when I get ready for bed. I watch her videos whenever I have free time. I listen to her videos whenever I'm doing almost anything. I love it. I love her, and I love her videos. I love her as a person. Like, she's just so... If she sees this, I might actually rip my eyeballs out. So... yeah. Okay, that's it. This was boring, but bye!